Make-A-Wish by Mariah Robertson, Daniel Martinez Mendez, and Trennis Brown. It was evening at the nice quiet ballet before Harrison Bergeron interrupted it, causing a mess and terrifying everyone. He was huge in size, much bigger than the average person. He had short brown hair, piercing blue eyes, bulking muscles, and was terrifying. I am the Emperor, he would continue to repeat as he broke off his handicaps for the world to see, in person and on screen. When he stomped, it seemed as though the whole world shook. Everyone tried to stay as far away as possible from him, except for a medium-sized husky who went on stage and dropped something at his foot. Harrison picked it up. It was a monkey's paw with a note attached. The note said, "You have 3 wishes. Each wish comes with a consequence. If you're willing to deal with the consequences, good luck." Harrison considered the consequences that would happen. He really couldn't think of anything worse happening than what's going on now. He thinks about his parents. He wishes out loud for them to come and be by his side because he misses them. At that moment, Georgia Hazel came bursting through the door with the handicapper general. The general began to walk towards him, aiming her gun at him. Harrison began to feel nervous. Before the handicapper general could get to him, he wished to be bigger.
All of a sudden, he felt a searing pain in his joints. Then he opened his eyes and his head was scraping a 40-foot ceiling. He let out a loud roar that shook the whole auditorium and could be heard from a mile away. What seemed like 500 police started to storm into the auditorium and began to advance towards Harrison. Harrison began to panic at the sight of all the people. Then he realized that he had one more wish left.
Harrison raised his hand and made his third and final wish, which was for the handicapper general, the police, and the entire government to be helpless against him, and that those people cannot hurt him. Not a second later, the handicapper general, Diana Moon Glampers, fired the first shot at Harrison. It didn't even phase him. The police force began firing. Not a single bullet seemed to hurt him. Harrison noticed the advantage that the wish came with. He began walking towards Diana, and because of his second wish, it didn't take much time. He wiped out nearly half of the police and a couple of bystanders that were in his way. He was a terrifying sight to see, and it was something to tell about if you survived.
Diana noticed him advancing towards her, so she grabbed his mother, Hazel, and aimed the gun at her head. "Don't get any closer or I'll shoot," Diana said. "Harrison, my son, please stop," Hazel said. Harrison, with quick speed, jabbed Diana away from Hazel and turned around. He threw her with great force towards the wall, ending her life, also dropping the monkey's paw.
Before Harrison could turn back around to find his mother, he felt a sharp pain in his chest. He turned around, and what he saw made his heart hurt far worse than his chest, where he was shot at. Hazel had picked up Diana's gun and shot Harrison. Harrison didn't think his last wish through all the way, otherwise this would have never happened. And with that, Harrison fell with a great thud. "I'm sorry, son," Hazel said. She looked around the room and noticed everyone's faces. It seemed as though no one shared the same expression. No one even looked like they pitied her. She turned around and left the stadium, and didn't even bother to look back. She had realized what she had done and couldn't bear it. The drive home, the radio was blaring to drown out her thoughts, but when she got home, she couldn't remember a thing. It was like nothing even happened. It was dead silent. You could almost hear a pin drop. Morris noticed the monkey's paw on the ground. If only he could grab it without being noticed. He looked around and didn't notice anyone looking at him or the monkey's paw. He saw that was an opportunity. He grabbed the monkey's paw and left the building, ready to change his life. The end.